Up and welcome in my savage ladies and gentlemen, random viewers of YouTube. I'm your host, Savage Recluse, and I sat down tonight thinking, maybe I'll stream a little bit of Warzone. And then I came to my senses. That game is a giant pile of fucking bullshit. So instead I've decided to continue my survival mode playthrough on the Long Dark. I think previously I had a goal to make it to 500 days survived, and just to kind of check out some of the new stuff that had been added in since my previous run. I'm about to continue where I left off on that. With that being said, I most likely will have to start a new run soon within the next few weeks, or possibly even after this session, because unlike most of the time when I'm playing the Long Dark, I'm going to have a few beers. And this particular stream might be excuse me, kind of smoke heavy. I need to get some work done on that Jack and Daxter broadcast that I ran previously today. I'm a little bit behind schedule, but that kind of happens. I accomplished one of my main goals of sitting down to start this channel, and that is starting a family. That's something I always wanted to do if I got monetized or if I got donations coming in like some of the other streamers do. I wanted to try and do IVF with Mrs. Savage, which is in vitro fertilization. Like, it's basically like some test tube baby type bullshit, but her and I really had a problem conceiving over the years, and it got to be pretty depressing, but that's one thing that I've managed to conquer since the first time I sat down and hit start broadcast, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. Getting back into this run, and now I have a son. That's kind of right around the time that I took a break from the previous run, is right around the time he was getting ready to show up. We just got kind of busy. Well, not the previous run, but the current run that I'm getting ready to continue. I need to see where I left off. I could have gone back and watched my last stream, but I was like, what's the fun in that? I could go ahead and get started blind. I guess I'll shut the camera off really quick. I need to finish with the stream setup actually before I go any further. I'm sitting here running my mouth. No, now that I'm kind of starting to break away from Warzone, I really would like to get into single player story based adventure games and survival games like this. I'll still be playing a little bit of multiplayer here and there. I need to renew my PlayStation Plus so I can play more Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered with Shambolic, but on top of that, I might play a little bit of DayZ here and there with my buddies. I don't know whether or not I'll stream that, but it's a good possibility that I won't. Rock and roll. Yo, what's up and welcome into the live chat to Gamer Ray. Let's go. I'll leave the other half of this joint for later. Figured I'd cut the camera back on. I'm gonna hang out, smoke a cigarette, and drink this beer. No, man, it's not a new run. It's a run that's already kind of fucked, I'll be honest with you, Ray. But I made some mistakes. Whoops. We're gonna be loading into this Savage Survives. My condition is currently at 55%, and I think that's my maximum at the moment. But yeah, I'm 64 days into the run, and I made some pretty serious mistakes. As far as I remember, I've got a moose pelt that's curing out, a big old moose hide that I wanted to make into a satchel, and I might also be working on some bear skin clothing, but at this point, there's a penalty for escaping death in this game, and I guess you could choose whether or cheating death. You could choose whether you want to just end the run right there, or if you want to cheat death, and if you choose to cheat death, it has you select a penalty. And one of the penalties was a permanent loss to my overall health and condition of the character, and one was temporary loss. And, that was kind of an easy choice. And that's if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Let me spark this cigarette up so we're not sitting here for a million years. It's a pretty chill menu though, I'm not gonna lie. What have you been getting into this evening, Ray? Well, surprisingly, we're only 11 minutes in. There's still so much that I haven't been able to check out yet. I know that for sure. I know they added in that Langston mine area into the far territories, and I'm sure there might be even more than that. It's been a while since the game had an update though, so I hope it's running smoothly. Let me go ahead and shut off the face cam, and I guess I'm probably in a safe place wherever I left off. Let's get into it, folks. Here we go. Alright. How bad off am I? God only knows what I was doing when I came down here. Okay, what were my last few days before I quit playing spent doing? Okay, so this must be when I took out the moose. Yeah, that's tough. Energy levels are good. Got an okay amount of water. Got plenty of food on me. Okay, I only brought a bow. That is an interesting choice. And one that I'm going to have to deal with the consequences of. An inventory check overall probably is what's needed here. Come on. Come on, just go to your inventory. Okay, so this is just kind of me getting back into this run, and I have no idea how long it's going to last from this point going forward. I suppose I will have to retitle this broadcast in the future to make it, I guess, line up with the previous streams, but... for now, this is just kind of me getting back into it. How much charcoal am I carrying weight-wise? Damn, I could use a few more pieces, but I won't find them there. What's my overall encumbrance? Oh, I'm right there on the edge, too. Damn. And it's cold outside. And I have a ton of meat on me. I don't even know what I was coming down here to do. Maybe get cloth. Like, I have no idea. I can harvest a few of these for their scrap material and see what I get out of it. A couple pieces of cloth and some cured leather. I just wish the blizzard would stop. Oh, I heard that, my man. I realized you were responding to when I asked what you had going on this evening. I appreciate you tuning in on the broadcast, right? I wanted to try and catch Sackett at some point tonight, but I guess I'm gonna have to try for it tomorrow. I'm glad that I've been able to play a little bit with whipping that ass and you here and there. Yeah. I guess we'll just turn around and go back then. We've reached one of those points in the game. That's tough. Oh, I might have come down here. To get the memento cache in the church. I mean, this was like 6 months ago that I put down the controller on this run, so I hope that people have some understanding for me having lost my place. Excellent. Excellent. What's up and welcome in, Mrs. Savage. Thank you for tuning into the stream. Beautiful. Always good to see you. Alright. I'm right back out in the shit again. That was a death-defying sprint for this church. Loose boards.
What have we here?
Okay. And that'll hold 30 kilos of equipment in the future, so that's pretty excellent. And there's another one. Ah, up on the other side of the cougar. I could still get to it though. Okay. Fuck. So am I just not hearing the blizzard inside, or was I just not paying attention? It seems like it's gone away now, finally. I hate all these blind spots. I've survived enough bullshit to know how dangerous they are. It's midday, and I'm kind of fatigued. I feel like it'd be a good time to stop in the community hall here and take a nap. Very windy day. Damn right, gorgeous. I'm glad that you're feeling a little bit better this evening than you were this afternoon. I'm sorry I pissed everybody at your mom's house off before I left. I mean, that obviously was not my intention, but it is what it is. At the same time, you know where I stand on all of it, so it's like... Why did I bring so much food with me when I came down here? That's what I'm not understanding. Was I supposed to leave this here? I mean, I know I was supposed to go to the memento cache and cache, however you want to pronounce that. We've said it many different ways, many different times over the years. There's only one correct pronunciation, but maybe I'll type it into Google later and make it say it out loud to me. Man, when you put down a run for a long while, I feel quite a bit of tension when I pick it back up again. God, I hate areas like this. Well, now I'm kind of going against the wind, so I need to move more this way. Being out in the snow definitely hasn't sped me up any. I don't know what I have at this point. Oh shit. I have 2 wolves chasing me. Huh. Well, I wanted to stop back here, but that's probably not going to happen anymore. Oh, they're gaining on me. One of them has kind of decided that it's not really worth it. Yeah, man. Okay. Oh my god. I thought the wolf was stuck on the fence. Holy crap. Man. For one, look at this incredible view. Very cool. And for another, I am glad to be back. I'm glad that I decided to continue this run as opposed to starting a new one. There are many times in the past where I've ended up taking an extended break from this game, and like I said, it's kind of hard to get back into it and pick up where you left off, but this wasn't going to be just one more save file put in limbo. I was gonna say I have 3 torches on me. Of what quality? Oh my god, there's so much moose meat left. And if the moose meat made it here, where did the pelt go? It's probably at the barn here in the valley if it's not downstairs with the other hides. How many matches do I have on me? Okay, 24 total. That was a good amount of steroid injectors, but I definitely don't need all those on me. Who knows, maybe I do. But I really don't think so. The rabbit's still doing pretty good, so I might stick that away and grab out the moose.
I might have to drop some gear.
Unfortunately, I will not be able to eat all this moose before it goes bad. Or before I start risking food poisoning, that is. It's pretty gnarly. Still have quite a bit of daylight left. Kind of low on energy after all that. And let me check this cheated death penalty. $293 hours left, and I'm gonna have to tolerate that nonsense. That won't be very fun. I have 10 arrows though. I really can't complain. Probably even more that I could make. It's pretty cool getting back into this. I probably said that a few times this stream already, but I had quite a bit of progress on this run for only being 60 some odd days in, at least in terms of like what I'm usually capable of pulling off. It's been cool. I have enough food on me though. Might as well grab a liter of water. I was gonna say, I think I can make it down to that barn that I had to pass on the way, and I'll most likely find my moose hide there. I'll lose some water and food weight while I'm down there and probably have enough inventory space left to carry it back. Coming out to have a little bit of a look around. It's the part right here that I don't like. Just stopping every few feet to make sure that a wolf doesn't suddenly appear in front of me. And if it did, that would have some reaction time at least. It's about to be pretty damn nice if I can just make it to this barn. No issues. Grab that hide and take off. Might end up being a little bit over encumbered, but as long as I can get it back to the farmstead, I think it should be done by now. But maybe I'm a few days off. I'll start building my stamina a little bit again as I get closer to these snow piles obscuring my vision. It's pretty rough. It's not what you want. If I have enough daylight to see in here, I'm going to be pretty happy. Please let me see. Oh no, we do have days and days before I can use that. Wow, it's pretty tough. Can run all this cured gut back to the house, so. What do I have stored here? I guess that'd be a good thing to check while I'm in the area. Tools, a hatchet, some fishing equipment, cool. A couple flares, some charcoal. I didn't know if I stored anything in the backpack this time or not. I'm debating whether or not I should take the moose hide back with me to cure the rest of the way, but what am I going to do in the meantime? I might as well make another trip back out here. Yeah, I was like, man, I think you've already got inside this truck and checked it out, but don't know what caused that locker to glitch through the floor. I wish that it hadn't, but it did, and now I guess it's about to be like that for an undetermined period of time. Do I even have room to cure that back at the farmhouse, though? I'll leave it. I can go gear down and come back. That seems like what needs to happen. Got a ton of cured gut to take back with me, though. Oh, and this rabbit pelt that I forgot to drop off previously. Here are my tracks from when I came sprinting in. That's pretty cool. Trying to figure out if that's a dead body over on that hillside, kind of rendering in, or what is that? Okay, I found my tracks again. I'm almost back. I'm pretty sure I just heard a cougar. Yeah, exactly. You're all good, Mr. Savage. It's 100% how I was feeling in that moment. Alright, it's time to put some stuff away while I still have a little bit of daylight. I can't believe that moose hide still has so much time left on it. I wish I'd just played a little bit over the last few months here and there, so that at least I'd be past this cheat death penalty nonsense. But I haven't. So, the price we pay. Is there anything else I have that needs to go in there? 2 bear hides. What am I wearing right now? Worn wolf skin coat. I need to repair my deerskin pants without a doubt. Also, how encumbered am I overall? Well, if I eat more, I'll be fine. I wanted to carry that moose hide back here as soon as I possibly could. All these rabbit pelts will be cured before I know it. I'll have a lot more gut as well. It's pretty damn good. Cougar hide. Alright. Well, if I'm really serious about lightening up, no, I failed the attempt. Nice. Alright, sewing kit's ruined. Big deal. Catch 8 hours sleep. Eat a little bit of moose meat. I don't even know what the message said when the autocorrect went weird, but oh no, moldy moose meat. No.
I'd eat snow if
No.
the hypothermia wouldn't kill me.
Oh my god, no. Do we risk it? It's only 200 calories worth of moldy moose meat. What could go wrong? Oh, we didn't get sick. Let's go for another piece. Let's go for another piece. We're getting our use out of it. Oh god. We're rolling the dice on that. That's a stomach infection waiting to happen. That is a stomach infection waiting to happen. Oh, and I don't have any antibiotics on me. That's interesting. Where did I decide those should go as opposed to in my inventory where I need them? That would have been a situation. Maybe it'll let me sleep for one more hour. I hope. No, you are not tired enough. What do I need to do to be tired enough? I'll do anything. Please. My bag kill. Oh, God. Made some pretty decent progress, even just this session. I mean, I'm happy. Moving it along. This cheated death penalty isn't going to wear itself down. This has been pretty enjoyable. I don't know if I'll get around to playing Beyond Good and Evil this evening or not, but it's been a cool stream. Alright, now it'll let me sleep for an hour. And drink a little bit more water. Always pick up your bedroll. No, we don't want to go to the basement. Leave farmhouse. Good deal. Oh, wow. Well, looks like it'd probably be a shit show if I left the porch. And at least on the porch, my body temperature is stable. So, there's that as well. Is there anything that's leather that I could try to repair, or that requires leather to repair it? Takes an hour and 21 minutes worth of time as well. Ah, I'm out of cloth. But the sun's come up a little bit more. Maybe I'll actually be able to see in the house a little bit. Not really. That's tough. To the basement we go. Oh shit. No. The sun's almost up. Can I sleep for another hour? I can. No complaints. All I wanted to do was repair my pants anyway. Oh, I probably only need the deer hide in my inventory. Badass. That made me pretty damn happy. That's gonna light me up as well. Oh, I completely forgot I was in the middle of a trade with that guy. That's pretty cool. Maybe I was going to get started on that at the point that I had quit out. Nice. I hope I still have a decent amount of sewing kits here. I do. What is left on the one in my inventory? That's enough to carry around. It's not ideal, but I know I have plenty here. Plus I need space. I have to make sure I have antibiotics before I do anything stupid like eating that moose meat. That would be tragically stupid. Alright. Oh no, I picked up the gut. I didn't mean to interrupt it. I figured all that would probably be getting done at the same time. That's 91%. Yeah, I just picked up a rabbit hide. So... nice. I'm getting away with it. I hadn't even checked the first aid kit yet. I guess I should carry some on me. Let's go. That lightened me up a little bit. Alright, I should be ready to go get that moose hide now. How's the moose meat in the freezer doing? Oh yeah, that's tough. I knew I'd never be able to eat it in time before it went bad. That is tough. It sounds like a blizzard outside, but we'll see. It might just be very windy. Damn. It's a big fat nope. Try to get 2 hours. Well, that did nothing for me. I guess I should have just tried to repair more gear or something. Everything's a little bit better than it was when I got started today anyway, so. Could repair my improvised insulation. I need ptarmigan down and buff. I don't need much daylight to get done what I want to, but at the same time, it's going to be difficult to rest for a meaningful amount of time if I don't burn off more energy. Shit. I hate these low visibility days. I plan on chopping more wood ahead, so I might as well leave a little bit back here. Oh. Maybe I don't plan on chopping more wood ahead. Maybe I plan on getting in the barn. I barely saw this thing out of the corner of my eye. I won't waste the shots, I suppose. It would be best for me to go in the barn and forget any plans I had about shooting that bear in the butt with an arrow. I have a rifle and some ammunition back in the main farmhouse, but I certainly have less ammo than I did previously. My supplies are dwindling. The fact that I lost my revolver flat out sucked so bad. That was super shit. If I could go outside and just chop a little bit of wood and march back to the farmhouse with it, I'm good with that. If I don't get the moose hide tonight, I don't get the moose hide tonight. It's still curing. I was just bringing it back to the farmhouse to finish, so there is no major need for that to get done. I think I should go back to the house while I still can. You know what I think is such a shame? Is the view from the safe porch usually isn't as good. There are other porches on the house with a better view. Right here, yeah, I thought so. It's just not as safe. This one I also prefer because as soon as I walk through the door, I know my water is directed to the right. I just basically reach over and grab some even in the dark. And I can kind of find my way to the medicine cabinet in the dark from that door, so. Yeah, they're awesome. And that's an understatement. Where's all of my water? Alright, come on. Come on. I talked about how I can just reach over and grab some. I know I've got to be like looking right near where it is. No. Just give me my water. I saw a video the other day called Historically Accurate Aladdin, and I just died laughing. It's awesome. Check it out on YouTube if you're interested. He didn't say anything about water in the video, but that was the voice I was imitating. I guess I can't access water as easily as I thought I could, folks. Oh. Yes. We gotta take 2 now. And now that I've found the water, I assure you it will be impossible for me to find the door. It's just not gonna happen. Well, I am shaving the time down on that cheated death penalty, so that's good. Hopefully I don't have this anymore during the run. Like, apparently your maximum condition is reduced each time you respawn. Like, I was pretty generous with myself. I didn't even really want to do it, but I died in a shitty way. And no one made me do it, I chose to. It's like when Gordon Ramsay cried for Marco Pierre White. Marco didn't make him cry. He chose to cry. Alright. Well, that's it for this stream, folks. It's actually been a lot of fun for sure getting back into this run. I'm glad, as I said previously, that I decided to do that instead of just kicking a new run off. That's a lot of work, and I'm in a pretty good spot. As long as my condition returns to where it was previously, I won't be too disappointed. Now, who wants to hang out with me here at the main menu and have another beer? Who aided in the crying? I have top chat on. Camera's back on. And we're hanging out now. I feel like this is a pretty decent session, folks. I enjoyed it. I hope the audio was good for everybody. I should have been checking that out a little bit earlier on in the broadcast. I wasn't that thorough, but can you guys hear the game okay? I mean, between the wind, the wolves, the footsteps, the opening and closing of doors and containers, do you guys feel like it's all pretty balanced? Am I a little bit loud in comparison, or is it just because the game is quiet mostly? Like, oh yeah, he did aid in the crying. Audio is good on my end. Hell yeah. Well, I'm sure I'm kind of annoying sometimes, but as long as you feel like it's listenable, then it was a successful stream overall. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Glad that I was able to bang some hours out on that cheated death penalty and kind of figure out where my gear is at as far as the valley is concerned. I'm pretty sure I went to Mystery Lake previously in this run, but I wasn't paying too much attention to the things that happened early in the run. I was more focused on what had happened in the last 2 weeks leading to me going on hiatus. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm about to hang out and have a cigarette with you guys. And I guess I'll be calling it a stream after that. I'll go pour another beer. I'm still on the first one. I would play longer, but it's been kind of a long day already, so want to go get my rest. Got some work coming up this weekend. Monday, I'd like to get back into streaming full swing, but tonight's broadcast was a little bit delayed due to me having to take care of some family stuff, which is like, as I was saying, when I started this channel, I wanted to have a family. I'm happy to be at that point, but I also would like to get a little bit more serious with my content creation and put on a better show for you guys, make better content, hopefully be more successful with it, so I'm not investing lots of time in something that doesn't really benefit my family too much, you know. It's something I enjoy. It's something that I don't need to be successful for me to keep doing it. But at the same time, it would be better if it was. So I have to get that figured out. Way back when I got approved for the early partnership program here on YouTube, and I kind of looked into it a little bit. I got stuff figured out. I wanted to figure out what the membership perks and things like that would be, and hopefully get into the super chats and stuff like that, but never really made it happen. And as time went on, I just slowly did less and less and less and less with my channel. I regret that, but I was just kind of getting a little bit bummed out there, folks, so I had to figure out what to do about it. I'm like, how do I make it savage again, you know? And I feel like I'm getting to it, you know. I'm working up to it. It's not there yet, but I think we can get it there. So thank you, Mrs. Savage. Thank you, Gamer Ray. I appreciate you guys tuning in out with me. Run this without a doubt. And the same with my stream earlier today. Like, you guys helped out a ton. I do plan on restarting Jak and Daxter the Precursor Legacy completely. And buckle up, folks. Those might have the first game. The second game definitely is going to take longer than 3 sessions unless I neglect everything else in my life. And since that's not going to happen, I would count on 10 plus for Jak 2, without a doubt. Oh my god, that game has some frustrating parts. My lord. I haven't even made it to Jak 3 on the channel yet, but I played that game a ton in my life, so. Who is still rocking with me? Is it down to Mr. Savage and I? It is. Ray had to go, but he held it down with us for a while. I should check and see how much ammunition I have left, Mr. Savage, the next time I get on. Kind of saying that out loud just to take a mental note of it, but when you said make every bullet count, or use the bullets wisely, which is basically the same thing, you know, paraphrasing, like, I wasn't, it was not an exact quote, but And the saddest part was I could still see the comment. Sorry I kind of went quiet on everybody there. I was just thinking about something. Oh, God, folks. Life is a complicated thing. It's easy to get lost in thought. Honestly, if I was going to have to get lost in thought as frequently as I do, I would hope that it'd always be as mild as the bullshit I was just thinking about. God, that'd be amazing. I told a story tonight when I was at a semi-family gathering. More or less, it was just a lot of people who lived together, like, hanging out. And, sad everybody. But the other night, we were story that I was going to tell, and I didn't because I knew that one would upset people, and it served no purpose other than I guess to just get it out of my head. You know what I'm saying? And like I didn't even bother to tell it. I thought out of everybody in the room, there was one might make feel better, and it kind of applied to a situation that they were talking about, but I just decided not to share it anyway. And there have been times on the channel where, like, I've sat down and I'm like, I don't even want to talk about it. And, like, you know, next thing you know, 20, 30 minutes later, I'm going off about something. But lately, I've been better about that, whether or not anybody else can acknowledge it. You know, I've been more honest, I guess, not just with everyone else, but with myself. Like, when I say I don't want to talk about it or I'm not interested in talking about it, like, there are other things to think about, you know? And I'm not really trying to dwell on any of the bullshit that happened tonight because at the end of the day it's kind of meaningless. Just like the story. But I'm one of the very few people in the world that you'll encounter that'll tell a story that makes me look like a douchebag and know that it makes me look like a douchebag, and in some instances I just don't fucking care. You know, the other night it wasn't necessarily a story that was going to make me look like a douchebag, but it was something that a few of us in the room could relate to, and that person couldn't necessarily, but it might have made them feel better to know that things could always be worse. And at the same time, I was just like, no. I was like, you know, you can know truth without speaking it sometimes. And it's like, honestly, the guy that I was talking to, he was bothered, like, on an emotional level about some things that had happened years and years and years ago. And, like, I was sharing, like, kind of like a fucked up violent story, like, if I had even bothered to tell the story the other night. But it wasn't something that, like, I had really decided, oh, hey, I want that to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like, Jesus Christ. But like I said, some people in the room could relate, and that one person couldn't. But I wanted them to feel better because honestly, in my life, a lot of what's bothered me more than anything was the emotional pain. I don't look that fucking beat up, maybe a little bit old, you know. I definitely could be in worse shape. Or dead. So I'm like, yeah, rock and roll. It's one of the reasons I like survival games and learning from your mistakes, like, in these games. You know, whether it was Warzone, Battle Royale, or I was playing DayZ, or I was doing anything, is just always learning. Like, you know, I mean, and in the game there are, like, quote unquote, severe consequences, but, like, in real life, like, the learning curve is a lot steeper. Like, and they're just dangerous jobs out there too, folks. It's like there's a lot of everyday jobs that people do that everyone takes for granted that are fairly dangerous but necessary to society. I wasn't doing anything like that, I assure you. No. I was doing some push-ups over my little manlet the other day, and like I was actually quite pleased with how many I could do still. But I'm a lot thinner now, and like I guess when I started working out before, like I couldn't do that many because I had never been in shape in my life. And now, like when I started working out again, I'm like out of shape, but I guess not as out of shape. Apparently, being a smoker for 15 years isn't as bad as being a fat kid. You know? Ugh. And fucking be nose to nose with a little half you. That's something I always wanted to experience. And I hope he gets 20 more years on this earth than what I ever lived to be. You know, if I live to be 55, I hope he gets to be 75. And I'd wish for more than that, but I don't want to get greedy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to outlive like everybody, outlive his wife, outlive some of his own children. Like, I just want him to live a long time and have a happy life. Oh. And I know how life ends. Children are a selfish act, but it was one that I readily and gladly engaged in. I was like, nah. I was like, I've loved this woman that I'm with since I was 10 years old. I was like, I want to build a monument to us. And like, what's even cooler is like, that's half me, half her, but all him. Like, he is like something separate from us, but like a part of both of us. So I'm like, that's a total trip, but super cool. So fucking badass. And I definitely want to be more physically active, like in terms of doing stuff with him. I don't want to sit inside and play video games all day anymore at that point. Like, I will still continue to stream, like, without a doubt. I might even make videos by that point, like, depending on what I'm doing out and about and what my hobbies consist of, but trust and believe my son won't ever be far behind. I might have trouble keeping up with him. God is good. And I don't know why I had to wait until I was almost 30 to have the son that I wanted to have 10 years ago, but maybe it's for the best. Who knows? All I know is we definitely didn't plan on waiting. We knew we wanted kids, like, we knew that life wasn't forever, and, I guess when you're young is just as good a time to have them as when you're old if you want them. That's all that matters is that you want them. I mean, try to stick around until they don't need you anymore. Whether or not they still want you. I want them to live forever. That is a terrible thing to wish upon our son. What did he ever do to you? You have to think about the implications of something like that. Cute term, spelled manlet. I would say it's more manlet. No, I also wish other people would live forever, just not everyone. Well, if you wish our son to live forever, then I'd say the same for his wife and all their descendants, you know what I'm saying? I guess if we still have to die, that's not necessarily a downside to me. Tons of people that I liked have died already. But I'm not greedy like that. Room has to be made. Wouldn't want him to be alone. That's right. And I wouldn't want him to lose all his loved ones and not be able to experience, like, you know what I'm saying, going where they want. It's crazy how, like, we went from not having a kid to just boom. Now we have a kid in existence. Like, all in less than a year. Well, it's been about a year, actually. Exactly. But yeah, this is the tail end of the broadcast, folks. When I butt this cigarette out, I'll go ahead and stop it. And then I need to go see whether or not I have Beyond Good and Evil downloaded currently. If not, do I have room for it? I need to see if Ark Survival Evolved ever downloaded properly, or if I ever chose to complete that download. I don't think that I had room at the time, and Call of Duty was just getting ready to update for Season 3. That being said, I won't be playing very much Warzone on stream anymore, so given the fact that I'm streaming as frequently as I am, that is to say I won't be playing quite as much Warzone. I'm going to stick to playing with like Sackett, Gamer Ray, whipping that ass, Shambolic, Gav Dogs when he's around. Go and kill a little time together and try to catch some wins. It's just, to me, not the competitive game that it was previously. I just saw the buffer screen of doom, which is usually followed by the black screen of doom. Shout out to Shambolic and Gamer, right? I really would like to see both of them start growing more and get a little bit more bang for their buck in terms of their uploads and live streams. Sham is not yet quite to the point where he can live stream again, but he will get there. I feel really bad that he lost his progress from before, but we can always go back and watch our old videos, and that's pretty cool. I really kind of had stuff going on back in the day around here. I'm still pretty proud of myself. I mean, I'm not proud of everything, obviously, but I enjoyed running a semi-successful channel at one point. And even now, it's really, guys, I don't want anyone who comes around still to feel like they don't matter or that I don't appreciate them. Like, you know, it's just hard to go from being good at something and like feeling a certain type of energy and like, you know, delivering a certain type of show and then kind of losing that. It is what it is. I can try to get it back, but it'll never be the same. So what I really need to try to do is make it better than it ever was. And that's it right there. It'll never be the same because I'm not the same. You can't go back. Like, I've changed as a person. Maybe not 100% for the better. Definitely not all for the worse. So, it is what it is. Maybe I didn't change for the better, but maybe I can be better. Maybe the ways that I changed made me more savage than I ever was. It's crazy to think about. You know, just all of it. Everything that's happened. I mean, where it started, where I ended up taking it, kind of how it's gone downhill since then, and, you know, wondering whether or not I can ever get it back beyond what it was. But, like I said, when I sat down, having a family was one of the things I wanted to do besides being successful with this, so I've done that. Like, I would say my life is 2/3 of what I wanted it to be, and I've just got to lock in that last third. You know, I've got to figure out how can I keep my family in this house that I've been in for all these years, that I grew up in, like, that I was raised in, and how can I keep doing what I love in life, which is painting and live streaming video games, you know, live streaming in general. Sometimes I'm not even playing a fucking game. Sometimes I'm just talking to you guys, you know, and hoping that someone relates to me or that other people can kind of understand where I'm coming from, I guess. And, you know, I've enjoyed interacting with different people over time. I've also hated it. It just depended on who the person was, what the interaction consisted of, you know, was it positive, negative, etc. And I guess that's just like with anything else in life, but this has been a rewarding hobby to me, and I'm glad that I decided to engage with it. Even if it's never really a career, that's okay. Like I've said many times in the past, like right now I'm able to pay the bills, but I have to worry still. Like, I have to worry about Mrs. Savage. I have to worry about my little manlet. My little savage manlet. There's nothing else to do. Well, I'm glad you can hear me. I'm not sure if it cut out or how fucked up my audio is on this stream, but that's not the end of the world. It's about to be the end of this beer, though. Cheers to that. Got a little bit of cannabis smoking to do after I stop the broadcast. It was all fine until that weird loading part. I don't know where the weird loading part occurred, I mean, it is what it is. Just for fun. Rock and roll. I just wanted to see how many people tuned in. Wasn't really like a huge deal. I mean, I'm running a stream that's the same title as the broadcast I ran earlier today. I'm super late, but not super sad about it. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, man, I got to hang out with my old lady. I got to hang out with my son. I got to make myself look like a jackass to my old lady's family for the 100th time. Like, was I sorry about that? Yeah, I was, but I would rather be there making myself look like a jackass than here running a stream that nobody gives a fuck about. I give a fuck about it, but if I didn't, I wouldn't decide to hit start broadcast. Anyway, I've got 2/3 of my second beer left, and I need to attend to that. I need to get my hat situated on top of my head. I need to see whether or not Beyond Good and Evil is still on my PlayStation's hard drive. So, with that, I bid you adieu, folks. Goodbye. Thank you for tuning in. Peace out. Much love, and stay savage. It was an awesome broadcast, much like the one that I ran previously today, but they were all for naught, because they're only going to get better going forward. This isn't like a prototype stream necessarily, like the Jack and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy stream I ran earlier today. This was just me getting back into a run that had become super bogged down over time. And hopefully I am more consistent with my updates on this run, I run more streams more consistently and plan it out a little bit more thoroughly. I kind of knew what I was doing when I got back into it tonight, but it also took a little bit of investigative work to figure out what actually was going on when I stopped. So, I don't know, folks. Take it easy.